Shortly after graduating from the Academy of Forensic Science, detectives James Cole and Jack Bishop were assigned to each other as partners and given their first case. New graduates have an 87% fail rate in their first cases, and needless to say, we did not want to be in that 87%.
We were young. We were green. I mean, we barely knew each other.
The case that the duo had been given was the murder of a well-known fashion model named Julia Randall. The whole city knew this woman, and they were depending on us to find her murderer. So right from the beginning, the pressure was on. When we got to the crime scene, there was already several policemen there, and the ME was just finishing up his examination of the body. What do you got for us, Doc? Not much, I'm afraid, boys. A single gunshot wound to the back, no sign of sexual assault, not even a sign of struggle. I did find something, however. Or should I say I didn't find something.
Well, what are you waiting for? An encore?
There's no pool of blood. Gunshot wounds typically lose a lot of blood. She wasn't killed here. She was definitely moved after she was killed.
We had discovered that Miss Randall's body had been moved after she was killed. Instead of answering questions, it raised more.
After days of interviewing suspects and hitting dead end after dead end, we finally caught a break, and a name came up. It was of a guy who had written Miss Randall over 150 letters.
Yes?
Timothy Brown?
Yes. That's me.
Sir, I'm Detective Cole. This is Detective Bishop. We're investigating the murder of Julia Randall. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Julia? She's dead?
Afraid so.
Please, come in. After questioning Mr. Brown, he agreed to let us search the premises. I never would have hurt her.
You'll forgive us if we don't take your word for it.
Cole. Seems to be some sort of shrine or something.
You want to explain to us why this has Julia Randall's initials on it? Because we just placed you at the crime scene.
That was it. I thought we had him. I mean, straight away I didn't like the guy. He was nervous. He wouldn't stop fidgeting. But when we found that shrine, I thought it was case closed.
After putting a little pressure on him and throwing the words jail and life sentence around a couple of times, he cracked like an egg.
Okay. I was at a house, but she wasn't there. I swear it. That's all I took, I swear it. There was a lot more valuable stuff lying around, but I just needed something to hold, something to remember her by. Just to feel close to her with. We could see the guy was a nut job, but we could also see that he wasn't a murderer.
How did you find out where she lived? Celebrities don't exactly keep their address listed in a local phone book.
It was just some guy that she worked with. He said that she was like his girlfriend or something.
The name we got from Mr. Brown was Eric Mason, and I think we both knew that there was something off with this guy before we even set foot inside his house. After questioning Mason, it was pretty clear that he held a lot of contempt towards Miss Randall, although there was no real apparent reason why. However, some of the things that he said was enough to get the attention of a judge, and we came back the next day with a warrant to search his property.
We had found 2 wine glasses in the trash can, which, sure enough, one of them did come back with Miss Randall's DNA on it. There was also a CSI team pick up traces of blood throughout the house, which Mason had tried to clean up earlier.
Mason was tried and convicted of first-degree murder. Later on, when asked to give a statement, Mason wrote, "She told me she was sick of the usual type of men she'd been dating, and that's why she was with me. When I expressed how I really felt about her, she laughed in my face. She said, "Do you really think a woman like me would ever seriously want to be with trash like you? I had an itch, and you scratched it." Mason continues to write, "It was after that, I lost it. I got my gun before she could leave, and I shot her. I never meant to kill her. I was just so angry. After, I was so afraid of what I'd done, I took her back to the apartment, and I left her there." It's hard. It's hard when you work in a case and you hit dead end after dead end. It can be disheartening. It can. But you know that there's a criminal out there, and you know that you're the one that's got to catch him. And you also know that there's a family out there, the family of the victim, and they're counting on you. And that's what keeps you going.